Good morning, everyone. This is Antron. Today, I'm making a video about a certain toy. It's not a hobby toy. It's well, it's not a hobby toy, but it's about the Air Hogs Hawk Eye helicopter. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it or are familiar with it, this is what it looks like. Okay, you know it has a camera, and it takes videos and still pictures in flight, and it's a little fast little helicopter. It's very nice. So about a week ago, I was flying it around and crashed it, and after it crashed, it stopped working. The rotors would not spin. But I did notice on front of the helicopter that the light was flashing red, but it was was not receiving a signal from the throttle for it to like take off, anything like that. So what I did was check to make sure that it maybe it might have lost a charge, which it shouldn't have lost a charge because I let it charge up a whole hour and a half before flight. Some people let it charge a little longer, but I just let it charge for an hour and a half and started flying around. And got love when the phone was ringing. But anyway, gotta love that. Anyway, so the rotors stopped turning, and the light on the front of the helicopter was flashing red. So what I did was I checked the controller, make sure that the batteries were good. Follow the instruction manual that comes with the helicopter. Follow the instruction manual. Make sure the batteries were. First what I did was exactly what it said. Turn it off, turn it on. Check for weakness of the batteries. Check the batteries inside the controller, which is not the problems. Batteries. The problems. The batteries inside the controller, because I switched. Originally had some Duracells, and I put some new Duracells inside, and there was no problems with the Duracells. I switched it off, put it with some energizers. No problems with energizer batteries. Then I left the helicopter itself to charge again for a few days to see if there was any difference. Maybe the battery was weakened or during the crash, but it wasn't the battery at all. So then I opened the controller up itself to make sure there's no shortage inside of the controller, so to cause it to take a bunch of pictures. Okay, so I took everything apart, checked the little the button here for it to take pictures, make sure it wasn't stuck. Like sometimes you have your game controllers, you're playing a little game, you get a little button mashy. Some people are button mashers, and then the buttons become stuck, and that was not the case with the controller. So that ruled that out as the probable cause for it to be taking pictures. The next thing to do was, while I was on the phone with my fiance, the next thing I thought of, and I was thinking about it the whole time, was to take it apart. Well, as you can see here, I did that, and you can see the split in the case. So I took it apart just to check out what was going on inside. So as I took it apart, this is what the actual helicopter looks like when it's out of its case. Okay. Now, I'm trying to hold it by the wires, let it hang by the wires too much, but what you have here is the two. I'm just gonna try to hold it right there. Two motors. Okay. Try to get as close to the camera as possible, but two motors inside. This one here. This one here. All right. And you have the board on back of the helicopter where the radio and infrared was received. And I noticed that the connector was wireless connected was the power cable to the helicopter, and that the ground cable was not connected. Now the ground cable is this tiny little wire. It's going to be hard to see. It's connected to the battery, and that the wire was snapped off. Okay. Now, after noticing that, this morning what I'm going to attempt to do is solder the wire back on so it can fly again. Now, if you notice this is happening with your Air Hogs helicopter, it's because that might be the issue where the wire has snapped off and causing the helicopter not to fly. So, getting ready with my gear, get my gloves, and my safety glasses ready, and my soldering iron is warmed up, and I'm going to solder the wire back on. I'm going to put some pictures on to show you where the wire, actually where it connects on the back of the radio board, and the actual finishing of the project. So let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, I took the liberty of putting it back together. Now I do not have any glue for it, any super glue, so what I did was I just put some electrical tape on it for right now. I don't have no duct tape, which you also know is commonly used to hold the world together. But right now I'm going to show you that it now works. The light is staying green, and the rotor itself now works. Both of them. So I can let it go. Okay, crash into the monitor. You know, test flight. All for the good of science. Oh, now it's wrapped up one of my wires. Okay. Okay, so be sure it still works. Alright, so now if you're uncomfortable doing this on your own because you're still under warranty, or you're just not really good at fixing electronics yourself, well, if you're still under warranty, you can wait. You can choose not to do anything and just let it be broken, or you can find someone who's really good at it, like good at electronics, and know how to solder circuits and fix it for you and glue it back together like it was new. Which I got to do with mine because the duct tape not the duct tape, the electrical tape is not going to hold forever. So yeah, so that's my video on how to fix, that part of the Air Hogs. Now I don't know, everybody's might be different. It may be something else where the memory may be bad, or something with the chips may be bad. So I'm not sure. But for this case, if your rotor is not working and you are getting a red light flashing in front of the helicopter, and be your case where the wiring inside is broken and it does need to be fixed. So if that's your case, you take it in your own hands. But yep, so this is my video. What I'm going to do, I'm going to close out with a test flight from the helicopter, just flying it around, and that's it. You all have a good day, and see you next video.